Good morning, ladies. Great to have you both here. Anna, I'm going to start with you. Pretty strong earnings from Lululemon. Why are you sticking with your price target that's a bit lower and a neutral rating? What are you not seeing in the stock that makes it a buy?
Yeah, so great to be here. Thanks for having us. So historically, the number one driver of Lulu's multiple is U.S. comp. And the company reported flat U.S. sales. They don't break out the comps anymore, but that implies comp in the U.S. is still negative. So that's pretty disappointing. Essentially, despite product being improved, as management talked about on the call, U.S. comps did not change sequentially. They talked about strong results over Black Friday, but that's really the industry. Black Friday was strong across the board, and you still have 2/3 of holiday and the quarter ahead of us. Also, Lulu is making some investments right now. They are investing in marketing, so we are concerned that their operating margins at 22%, which is really a record high, could see some erosion. So basically, we're waiting on the sidelines to see whether U.S. comps can really turn to positive.
All right. Janine, I'm going to come over to you. In this scenario, you're the bull on this name. So Anna makes some pretty, strong points right there about the U.S. business. However, Lululemon is coming out with new products, and they are seeing growth in international markets, which are kind of seen at this point for this company, which is getting much more mature, as the growth markets. Give us a sense of why you have your price target in a buy, despite some of the concerns that she raises that are relatively valid.
Yeah, so we think the international is a huge growth story. I agree with you there. But I would say I agree with Anna in that the focus really is on the U.S. business. And it's not where it needs to be. The company has admitted they have a problem, but they're fixing it. And I think what we've been seeing is really encouraging that Q1, Q2, they were diagnosing the problem. Q3, we're starting to see some level of improvement. And it sounds like into Q4, they're getting their fair share of holiday business, which I think is really interesting at a time that, yes, the industry has been strong over Black Friday and over Thanksgiving, but some of their main competitors were really heavily promotional during that period, and they're still getting their fair share of traffic. So we're seeing some green shoots within the U.S., particularly within the women's business and in leggings, which have been areas that have been weaker. Both of those seem to turn a corner in Q3, which I thought was really encouraging. And now you have just right around the corner that goalpost of Q1 when they're telling you that product will be optimal. So I think we'll know better if it's working or it's not very soon. It's imminent that we get this product back where it needs to be. But right now we're seeing all the signs that everything they told you that would happen Q1, Q2, Q3, what the progression would look like, it's been going in the way that they told you it would roll out.
Janine, I'm going to stick with you for a second. We're showing Lululemon's stock move compared to some of his competitors in that discretionary retail space. Obviously, Lululemon's a laggard. I want to talk about valuation. Lululemon trading at about 26 times forward earnings. In your mind, is that elevated for this name, or do you believe it's going to show earnings throughout the next year that's going to justify it?
That's been the biggest question, is trying to figure out what the right multiple is for this business. If you were to look back less than 12 months ago, coming into the year, this stock was over a 30 PE. Now it's in the mid to high 20s. It's gotten as low as probably in the high teens range. So it's trying to find where it's going to settle. I think part of the reason why it's not at peak is people are trying to figure out if the U.S. business is going to take another leg down, if it's stable here, or if it can reaccelerate. Our view is that it can reaccelerate and probably will within the next 1 to 2 quarters. And that's when I think you start to get the multiple re-expansion. Maybe not back towards peak. Our price target doesn't assume it gets back towards peak, but closer, somewhere between where it is now and the peak multiples it was at earlier in the year.
Anna, come back over to you. Are you concerned at all when you're looking at Lululemon about its valuation? And then also, we got to talk about competition. Names like Alo and Viore. I never say it right, but Viore, I see it everywhere. I never say it right. How big of a concern is that when it comes to Lululemon's, especially its U.S. business?
Yeah, listen, Lulu is a fantastic brand, but it's never been at this juncture of maturity as it is currently in the U.S. This is an over $6 billion in sales business in the U.S. and competition, including Vuori, including Alo, including some of the others like Fabletics, has been, pretty vocal, opening stores in Lulu's markets, very closely, as well as in Alo's case, promoting like they did over the Black Friday weekend. So I think this is, a concern. The cost costs of incremental customer acquisition for Lulu are becoming that much more significant. And Lulu's marketing spend at about mid-single digits as percent of revenue is very low compared to competitors. So we do think there could be some investments ahead for Lulu to re-accelerate that growth. And I do agree with Janine that it appears that there's some green shoots this holiday with the business. Specifically, yes, women's did improve sequentially by 2 points. At the same time, men's did slow, but so far we're not seeing evidence from this new merchant team quite yet. That is still ahead. That's coming in 1Q, and we don't have a ton of confidence that this is the right team for the business quite yet. And when it comes to valuation, the multiple has expanded from this high teens level over the summer, pretty significantly. To your point, it's about 25, 26 times currently. And I do think we need to see sales acceleration, and specifically in the US, for that multiple to move higher.